John Harris there trying to tell you that make sure you live a life worth celebrating. It's The Conversation on TOS Television Network, your digital first for African News Network. And as always, on The Conversation, we'll be bringing you very insightful and very engaging conversation this morning. My name is Adesu Osui.
And I am Sagir Ibrahim. Thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Good morning, Sagi. How are you doing?
Doing very well. Good morning, Adesu.
Okay, quick one. He said, life is what you celebrate, all of it, even the end of it. What do you make of that?
Life is for the living. And every day you live life, you should be thankful and celebrate. Doesn't matter whether it's little wins, doesn't matter if it's no wins at all. The fact that you're alive is worth celebrating.
All right, you heard it. So we move straight into stories from across the African continent, and we'll be starting with Burundi. Burundi's government has given the assurance of a thorough investigation into a series of deadly terrorist grenade blasts that hit the country's economic capital, Bujumbura, in the past days. There was a series of mortar shells fired on Burundi's international airport on Saturday night with no casualties. Late on Monday, there was a deadly grenade explosion in a bar in the capital, Gitega.
And in Namibia, the debate of an agreement between the country and Germany, in which Germany acknowledged it committed genocide during its colonial occupation, was protested by hundreds of people outside the country's parliament building on Tuesday. The crowd comprised some 400 people chanting and carrying placards, mainly opposition activists in the country's capital, Windhoek.
Okay. All right, moving away from that to South Africa. South Africa's former President Jacob Zuma failed to appear in court to respond to corruption charges over a $2.5 billion arms deal for his trial, which has dragged out for years. The trial resumed on Tuesday after a 10-day delay to allow state-appointed doctors to access evidence of his condition alongside his own medical team, and then he didn't show up.
Well, he claims not to be well.
To be too sick, but there were medical doctors on ground to check him.
So let's wait and hear the report, from the medical doctors, because we cannot just conclusively say that he's deliberately, evading the appearing before the court. But this reminds me of a particular scenario that happened in a particular country where I decide particularly. Because
I think I know where you're going with that one, but go on.
Where a particular arms deal went south and a particular man in one particular administration of a particular government absconded with a particular $2.1 billion as well. And now, particularly, we are not hearing anything about that particular issue. So,
but just so I do know that this wouldn't be swept under the carpet, because the Jacob Zuma case has dragged on for years, and then everyone is looking to see. That's the difference
between South Africa and that particular country I'm talking about. So let's just hope we see it gets to a particular conclusion.
All right, so particularly, I'll be bringing you COVID-19 updates from across Africa right now. And after that, we'll be going over to the big story.
You're still watching The Conversation on your digital first Pan-African News Network, TOS Television. And like I always say, you can be part of the conversation by connecting with us across various social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at TOS TV Network. You could also watch the conversation via our website, as well as read some of our content at www.tostvnetwork.com. You could also watch a recap of the conversation as well as other programs by TOS TV Networks via our YouTube page at TOS TV Network. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It is the big story segment of the conversation this morning, and its focus is on the statement by the governor of Katsina State, Aminu Masari, which states, "Insecurity, bandits outnumber security personnel." And now joining us this morning via telephone to discuss further this issue is a human rights activist and environmentalist. His name is Dr. Moses Paul. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good to be here.
Yes, welcome to the conversation once again.
Yes.
Okay, so sir, I want to ask, what do you make of Governor Masari's statements now that bandits causing mayhem in the country actually outnumbers the number of security personnel we have?
It's a perspective, and the governor might not be far from reality. If you look at the various elements that are playing right now in the country.
Mm.
The Boko Haram element is on one side. I mean, we have statistics of their numbers, which is over 10,000, and then you have the bandits, which are a different element. And then you also have the militias from the Fulani extraction who are also there. At a point there were statements from different quarters to say that they are about 500,000 strong. So if you look at that, and also you look at what is happening in the various fringes, and the continuous recruitment of these terrorism that is going on with different faces and hydra-headed nature, the governor might not be far from reality in terms of truth. We know how much in combination that our security architecture is made up of.
Mm.
And so if you look at that and juxtapose it on what our people are supposed to, the security personnel are supposed to do in terms of um, securing our Nigerian territory estate, it is almost impossible in reality. Even though, personally, these kinds of statements would, for security reasons, should not be made public, because what you're doing is endangering people, creating mayhem and fear, and also empowering these terrorist organizations that have engulfed the different aspects of our society today. So it's a very dangerous statement, and even though it, like I said, is not far from reality, if you look at the different perspective, juxtaposing them on the reality of our security architecture and personnel that is available. So
Okay.
yeah, that's my take on this. It puts us in the very dangerous precipice as we
Oh,
stand right now, much more than we can ever
all right.
know.
Okay. So I just want to ask now, pertaining to some of what you've said, I know it's been in the news, in the last couple of days and even weeks that um, telecom service provision was cut out in states like Zamfara to ensure a military bombardment of the various forests to take the fight to the bandits and suspected kidnappers. And we saw a replication of that just a few days ago in Sokoto State, where the governor also ordered that the telecom service provision be cut out in about 14 local governments of its 23 local governments. Now, the suspicion is, a similar fate is about to meet some of those who have been causing some of these atrocities in the state. So now I just want to ask, do you think this so far is an effective approach to taking the fight to the bandits?
Well, there are. If you ask me on a because I am I'm not there are different informations that we're not privy to, but given what I know, and somebody who has also probably this will be the first time I'll be saying it, even to the public. I have interfaced. I've gone out to give out ransom to these people. If
Oh.
you look at it again in perspective, because here we are with these people. When I went to give out the ransom, they were I was communicated with over 7 different lines at different stages and at different points before I was able to give out the ransom. So if you look at it, yes, it feels as though cutting off the communication network will give our military the
An
upper hand to
advantage.
be able to deal with these people. But again, with the complexities that pervade us, it is still the infiltration of our military that is giving these people the edge. So who says that? By cutting off
Network
the
service.
network providers, that these same people will not give them the information that is there? Because I give you a very plain example. The moment Zamfara happened, Gumi came out to say that what has happened right now is that the terrorists have moved, that is innocent people that have been killed, which means that even before the information was given out, these people already have it. So of what good is cutting off the network? And again, if you ask, Nigerian populace are asking, if these people are communicating through, of what use is all our registration processes? Of what use is the
linking
NIM
SIM registration
that we have,
and
the SIM
NIN.
registration, and it makes everything null and void. So at the end of the day, world over, in terms of global balance, it is because it is our military should have a super communication network that beats these people, and in any case, it is with that we're supposed to even be able to cope and deal with them than ever before. So on one end, it's almost like it makes completely no sense cutting off our
network service.
Our network services. Of what advantage if somebody like Gumi comes out to say that everything that the people that have been killed are innocent people? Because, and there is a report, I have the report from NIA and DSS saying that because of the bombing that happened in Zamfara state, that these terrorists have moved to a local government in Kaduna state, that's southern Kaduna, and this is directly from the same people who are said to be dealing with the terrorists. So you can see how dangerous where we stand. It makes completely no sense at all. It's like saying that you need to cut off your network to be able to apprehend scammers and 419ers. How do you do that? How do you do that?
Okay. It's actually funny. You said, you mentioned people that are working with the terrorists, and then you talked about infiltrating the military. I do know that over time, when we've talked about insecurity issues in the country, one of the basic solution that people have come up with is we should know those sponsoring and financing these terrorists and bandits. But yesterday, I think it was yesterday, the special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, said the presidency is not interested in naming and shaming sponsors of terrorism. So basically, we will not be finding out those involved in all of this. What's your take on that one?
It's the same thing. The EFCC chairman, which is somebody who also I've had a meeting with, he came out to say, and the publication is out there, that he cannot reveal those behind it. But isn't it sad, shameful, pitiful, and almost like you don't even have a word to describe it? When Dubai apprehended, out of the 35 or 36 people who have sponsored terrorism in Nigeria, Dubai already brought out the 6 Nigerians who are culpable, who have been revealed, and their names are already there. So this is again why the late Obadiah Melafia, who said that the government are involved in this. I mean, everything he said which in quote right now with a lot of speculation that he was killed as a result of the information that he let out. But everything, late Dr.
Hello, sir.
Are you there?
The presidency, all our military and security architecture are all involved in what is going on in this country right now. Yeah, we know we should support our military, but they've been infiltrated. And these are the statements that confirms that we have been completely infiltrated.
All right. Thank you so much, sir, for joining in on the conversation.
The situation in the timeline of Nigeria.
Thank you so much, sir, for joining in on the conversation this morning. It's been quite an insightful conversation. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. And by extension, that's it for the conversation this morning. Remember, the conversation continues tomorrow, same time. As well, it continues every day, weekdays, Mondays to Friday. To be a part of the conversation, you can simply connect with us on our various social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at USTV Network. You could also watch the conversation via our website, as well as read some of our content at www.tostvnetwork.com. You could also watch a recap of the conversation via our YouTube page at TOSTV Network. Don't forget to like and subscribe. My name is Sagir Ibrahim.
And I'm Ade Suwasi. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today. Please remember to stay safe always.